What is going on, everybody? Zach RC here, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome along to episode number 14 of the F1 2021 Breaking Point story. If you have been enjoying the series so far, then make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and if you're new around here, then go and check out the playlist to get yourself caught up right from the beginning. So we're going to jump into the next chapter here, the end of chapter 13, the AlphaTauri team dinner the following evening after the Russian Grand Prix. With another successful race weekend behind them, the team at AlphaTauri hold their annual team dinner.
I'd like to congratulate you all on a superb performance so far. There's still a lot of work to do, but give yourselves a round of applause. You've been wonderful. Well, I'm sure you've all heard by now, but, well, this will be Casper's last season as an F1 driver. And if you get the chance, then please do your very best to change his mind. I'm only kidding, Casper. You will be missed. Anyway, I'll stop talking for once. Have a wonderful evening, and let's push for fourth. Look, I know how this works. I've been around long enough. I'm just saying, you have a future here. I've seen a lot of drivers come and go in my time, but you're special, Aiden. You've got the makings of a true great. I mean it. Casper! Hey, where's Zoe?
Oh, she's around somewhere. She loves these things.
Oh, and you don't? Mind if we join you?
I'll be my guest.
Come on, Aiden. Sit. Why didn't it work out between you two?
Brian, I'd rather not discuss.
I don't care what you'd rather, Aiden. Casper's leaving us, and I know that your agent's been talking to other teams. This could be the last chance the three of us get to chat like this. Who knows? We may not even see each other again after Abu Dhabi. So come on. What's the deal?
Listen, I just want to have a nice evening.
He's on more money than me.
What?
Ah, hence the frosty reception.
Everybody started talking about my age. Just wanted to prove myself. Prove that I was better than the next flavor of the month. This was not about you, Aiden. I don't know.
What about you?
He didn't want me on the team.
Didn't I?
You wanted Ricardo instead.
And you thought I was past my best.
What? But that's not true. You're having an amazing season.
Could you verify that number for me?
That's right.
And that's the contracted amount, yes?
Yeah.
Do you mind if we show him? You two are a couple of chumps, do you know that? And you should know better.
I don't understand.
No, but he does. It would be funny if it wasn't so tragic. I wonder how many points all this has cost us. Well, I'll leave you to it. You can apologize to me later.
I don't understand.
I'm an idiot.
Why?
Paddock gossip.
So none of this is true?
There's always gossip in the paddock. And ever since he's arrived, there's been one man at the center of it all.
Who?
The man who told me pre-season last year that you signed a better deal. The man who said you thought that I was too old. And that would be the same man who told you I didn't want you signed.
Butler?
And I believed him. How could I be so stupid?
You're not stupid, Casper.
I didn't think he had this in him.
Why would he bother?
all the mess he's caused. The crash last year, the fight in Canada. And how much easier has he had it because of all of that?
What can we do?
Beat him.
And beat Devin Butler we will to move on to Chapter 14 at the Japanese Grand Prix 2 weeks later, with the team's chance of a 4th place finish in the Constructors' Championship still alive, and with their fractious relationship now behind them, the AlphaTauri teammates are determined to show the motorsport world what they can really do.
Hey,
Hey,
how are you finding it out there today?
tough. We're overheating the tires a little through the S's.
Yeah, happens. Do you mind if I join you for a moment?
Please.
They want us to push for 4th.
You think HAAS are catchable?
Maybe. Butler's having a good season. He claims he's been approached by Red Bull.
I heard. He is the more experienced driver. I think the seat goes to him.
You said it had always been your dream to drive for them. Is that true?
Yeah. It is.
Okay, I'm going to give you space out there. I'm sorry I didn't do that before.
I'm sorry too.
I want us to push for 4th. I want us to beat Butler. And I want that seat to go to you.
Thanks, Casper. I don't know how we make that happen, but thanks.
Well, we work together. Help each other out, that's all we can do.
Then let's do that.
We've adjusted the camber. Seems to help manage the tire temperatures a bit better.
Yeah?
I'll get them to share my setup data with you. Just see how it feels out there.
Thank you, Casper.
Truce.
Truce.
Alright, so the barrage of cutscenes is now over and Suzuka looms large. The end is nigh. It's been the size of many title deciders over the years, and with the standings remaining tight, this 6th season looks to be no different. I'm really looking forward to this one. Suzuka isn't my best track, but I'll race it nonetheless. Not quite sure what the scenario is going to be today. Hopefully it'll be an enjoyable one for us. We're going to look through the social media here as we get set to go for the race. And we've got another call coming in. This one's from Aiden this time, so we're going to answer that call.
Aiden.
Casper, hey, have you got a moment?
Yeah, of course.
That camber adjustment really helped. I guess I just wanted to thank you.
Not a problem. Those tires in a better range now?
Much more manageable. Thanks.
Well, those milliseconds all add up.
Brian says we can catch HAAS.
Brian says a lot of things. Just focus on the next race.
Thanks, Casper.
I'll see you trackside.
Alright, that's good. So let's look at the setup changes that Casper suggested to Aiden during that last cutscene, helped him out. It's good to see these two are being mates again, so that's all being mates for the first time, so that's always good to see between teammates. Got a couple of emails here, one from Lois saying, just a quick update Casper, stories about any hostility between you and Aiden have pretty much died down, so that's all good in that regard. Got another email from Jeff saying, just the weekend preview in general, AKKERMAN's 7th in the standings, he's doing pretty good to be entirely honest, and I was wondering who was in 3rd in the standings, so I knew Mercedes and Red Bull would be at the top, but it's Ferrari in 3rd, and there's one more email from Tom Stocker once again, saying you need to commit to some sort of deal soon. I don't think we really care what he has to say. But we're gonna without further ado, we're gonna jump into the Japanese Grand Prix and see what scenario the game has to give us. So, Japanese Grand Prix mid-race. With several laps remaining, AKKERMAN sets his sights on both HAAS drivers in an effort to snatch some much-needed points from their championship rivals.
We're seeing both Butler and Schumacher's lap times increasing.
I still have time to catch them.
Roger, we're on fresher tyres than they are. Push, push. Let's put the pressure on.
Yeah, copy.
So here we are then, back behind the wheel of Casper AKKERMAN, here. We've got 8 laps to go and the objective is clear on the right hand side of the screen, and that is to beat both the HAAS drivers. We've got a few cars we've got to get past here in order to get to the first one. Mick Schumacher, we've made an immediate pass and signs. We're showing absolutely taking no prisoners today. We're going all out for this one. So we've already found a way past signs. We're going to try and make a move around the outside of Ricardo. We're try and get there, and we've made it stick. And there we go, up into P12. We've gone on the grass a bit. We've managed to hold on to the car, and that is us in P12. Moving on now to lap 7. Alonso comes out just in front of Schumacher, and he's just the obstruction we need to try and get around the young German. There we go, around the outside, onto the curb, to the inside of him there, and that's us up into P11. And now the Spaniard now stands in our way. Can we get past the Alpine driver? We're going to look to the outside as we did with Ricardo on the last lap. There we go, around the outside of the job, done just as well. Straying away from the curves, so we don't want to spin out at all. And that's us up into the points. Our first HAAS target has been neutralised, and now we move on to the second one in none other than the man who's been controlling all the paddock gossip, the man we said we wanted to beat in the last few cutscenes, Devon Butler. Jackson just made his way out the pits. Stroll has come out in front of him, so we got another car to pass. He shows us absolutely no trouble whatsoever up the inside of Stroll, and that's us up into P8 here. But we've got to try and close that down, that 1 second gap to Devon Butler, and close it down. We do indeed. Moving further on now towards Spoon in the corners, leading up to 130R. We want to try and make a spectacular overtake. We'll run a bit wide, going through the corner there. We're going to cut back down into the middle. Like I say, don't want to go on the curbs, because the curbs in Japan are deathly. Down to the left-hand side, making the move on Butler. Is not giving us the room. The track's kind of narrow. We have to try and wait for the last possible opportunity. There we go to the inside. We've got the room there. We're on the inside 130R, and that's a very nice move, and it'll put us up into 7th place. So both our targets are now in our rearview mirror, and we have our sights set on higher positions. First up, Charles Leclerc, as we move on towards the end of lap 9 now, and on to the start of lap 10. We've managed to close the gap down. It's just about half a second between us. We've got the DRS. We're closing in as we head down towards that first corner, leading the teammate by 6.3 seconds. Not important. I think Aiden's still on the points. Good for him. Moving closer now to Leclerc. We're going to try. We could try and go for a move. We think better of it and stay behind him. We're going to try and go for another move around the outside potentially. The opportunity is definitely there for us. Could we go 3 for 3 on outside overtakes through the right hander? There we go. And that one felt much easier than getting past Ricardo and Alonso. And that puts us up into P6. Our last target now that we'll be able to catch, because Bottas is some 35 seconds up the road. It's McLaren's Lando Norris. We're going to check around both McLarens. There's contact there. We've hit the back of Lando's car. We're going to try and hold on to the car in order to obviously minimise damage. We've fallen away there because we've gone on the curve a bit too much. We could try and go for a 4th out around the outside overtake. There we go. Through the right hander once again. Outside overtakes galore, and that's up into P5. So that's ahead of both HAAS drivers and as higher points positions as we can claim. Managed to find our way past Norris as we come through 130R for the final time now. The racing sequences have been kind of short in this one, like most of these scenarios, but we've managed to come out on top in the end and prevail and beat both HAAS drivers as we round the last corner through the chicane, and down the hill we come to claim P5 for Casper AKKERMAN in the Japanese Grand Prix. What a race.
That's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Fermé.
They've done it then, here at Suzuka. A brilliant win on this beloved figure-of-8 circuit. AlphaTauri continue to put the pressure on HAAS. That gap might still be a little too big to close, but for AlphaTauri, it's very much game on.
Yeah, when I think back even just a couple of months, Crofty, I didn't have AlphaTauri pegged to be competing with HAAS. Both Jackson and AKKERMAN performing at their absolute best out there today.
Well, they certainly were, and no sign of any disputes on or off track between the pair of them. Might they have put their differences behind them? Red Bull are our winners today after showcasing some incredible driving. There's been a huge push from them lately to stay competitive with the other teams, and they're certainly proving themselves.
Good day today. Let's have your take on it. Solid performance out there today, Casper. You must be pleased.
Yeah, the competition feels like it's fiercer than ever this season. And the team is working really hard to keep up, so we're grateful for every point we earn.
The fastest lap again, Casper. How do you keep doing it?
Yeah, I think I'm driving with a bit more aggression than I have been in previous seasons, and that's really paying off right now. Everything came together in that lap for me. I managed to get enough pace and time it just right. It wasn't easy, but I'm glad I was able to pick up that extra point.
Those points bring you a little bit closer to HAAS. Is that something you're particularly focused on during the race?
Absolutely. We're into the business end of the season now, and we want to climb as many places as we can. Right now, that means catching HAAS. So, anytime we can put the pressure on a little, that's good for us.
We asked Devin Butler a similar question. He said, and I quote, "Alpha Tauri are a bit of a shambles. I don't think they're catching us anytime soon." What's your response to that?
Sounds to me like the words of a man running scared.
Appreciate your time.
So that is the end of the chapter. Moving on to chapter 15, with AlphaTauri continuing to put together an impressive run of form. The gap between 4th and 5th place in the Constructors' Championship is continuing to narrow, but that's we're going to cut the tap off and bring about the end of the episode, guys. If you did enjoy this one, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and check out the playlist if you're new to get caught up to date. Next week will be the final 2 episodes of Breaking Points. I hope you stick around for those 2. And without further ado, I will see you guys next time. Thank you all, have a good day, and I shall see you later.